You don't have money because you don't have options, and having options can drastically change how you operate with money. It can affect how you make money, how you spend money, and how much money you can save and invest. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how having more options can impact your finances and how you can build more options into your life. Let's go. The first way having options can make you more money is by giving you negotiating power, whether it's when looking for a job or when trying to reduce your essential or non-essential expenses. Having negotiating power is essential. At one of my previous companies, I accepted a position with a lower pay than I felt was warranted for the position. And when I accepted the offer, I let the manager know my expectations of a significant pay increase in the next couple years if I did my job well. Side note, don't ever count on future promises. Now fast forward 2 years and of course the pay increase never came. Now this was a great company, great manager, loved them both. I had no complaints about the people or the company I worked with except the pay. Most times your hiring manager only has so much leeway to increase your pay. They may have a range they can work within and they can go to bat for you with the higher ups. But there's always a limit to what they can do, even if they want to. But anyways, when the pay increase didn't come, I started applying to other jobs to see what was out there. I got an offer with a company that was $25,000 more than what I was getting. So I told my company I got an offer and asked what they could do. And somehow they found $18,000 more to pay me per year. Imagine that. Now there's no way my manager would have been able to justify that kind of a pay increase without a competing offer. You have to have options. A lot of times companies do market analysis to see if employee pay is near or above market rate. When you bring an offer from another company, that's real market data to show them that you're worth more than what they're paying you. If they want to keep you, they gotta cough up the money. Now, negotiating power is not only great for increasing your income, but it's also good for cutting your expenses. When you're out shopping for large expenses, negotiating power is very important. So for example, if you're out looking to buy a house, you should never just go with the first mortgage lender that you talk to. And over half of Americans only talk to one lender. You should always shop around with different lenders to understand what's out there. Then when you have several options, you can work with your preferred lender to see if they will match or beat the lowest rate you have. Same thing goes when buying a car or shopping for hotel stays during vacation. Almost everything is negotiable, and having multiple options always gives you more negotiating power. Now the next way having options makes you more money is by giving you the ability to say no. Now during the interview process, even though they were offering me $25,000 more, I said no. One, because my current company came up $18,000, but also because I did my research and I knew that I was worth more. I wasn't gonna leave a company and a manager I liked unless there was a substantial financial benefit. Not to mention they wanted me to work part-time from office, which I was fully remote at the time. I required no less than a $45K increase to switch jobs. I stated my requirements and I said no to anything less, and that's because I had options. Now they ended up saying no, so I kept on working for my current job. But something interesting happened a couple months later. They came back and offered me the full package of what I asked for. Of course, they probably continued to look for their options as well and interview other candidates, but I guess they couldn't find the right person. So my base salary increased by $45K in 1 year. Now that didn't include potential bonuses, which my current job didn't offer. So even though I wasn't trying to leave my job, they really gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. I mean, $45K is nothing to laugh at. Now side note, one drawback to this is that my current director really wasn't happy with me, mainly because he went to bat for me to increase my income. And now I'm leaving anyways. He felt some type of way about that, and I think it's because he saw it as me bidding up two competing offers against each other, which I can understand. Now that wasn't really my intention at the time, but I can see how he felt that way. In reality, I was very transparent and honest about everything. Since my current job came up $18,000, I told the new company that it wasn't worth it since the offers were so close. And I thought that was the end of it. I wasn't expecting them to come back 2 months later and give me everything I asked for. But I never want to burn bridges, so in hindsight, I might have handled it differently. But I'm not quite sure yet because I'm not going to pass up a $45K increase because my old director fought for me to get more money. I appreciate it, but at the end of the day, pay me what I'm worth. In a different situation, another option that gave me the ability to say no was having savings. During the pandemic, all these companies were enforcing vaccine mandates. Now, I'm not trying to get political, and whatever your opinion is on vaccines, it's your opinion. However, for me, there's no way I'm gonna let a company dictate what medicine or vaccine or anything else that I put into my body. I'm not a slave and you don't own me. To me, like, the audacity of the government or companies thinking they have the right blows my mind. But that's just my opinion. I was fully prepared to say no and accept whatever consequences came with it because I had been saving money for years. So I had the cushion to know that my family would be okay if I were to get fired by not taking the vaccine. Having that safety net also allowed me to say no to getting another job when my company went through downsizing. I didn't feel the pressure to quickly find another job so that I could feed my family. Instead, my wife and I talked and came to the decision that I would start my personal finance and business coaching business instead. Now, this didn't make me more money in the beginning, but it is an investment into something that will make me lots of money in the long run. So having options is so important to be able to say no to people, companies, and wrong opportunities and wait for the right opportunities to come along. Now, the next way having options get you more money is by increasing your ability to grow and diversify your income streams. Now, I'm a big proponent of focusing on one job, one skill set, one talent, one stream of income for a certain period of time. However, for me, I've always needed to seek growth in myself. There's just something inside of me that I'm just never satisfied with staying stagnant. I have to be learning, I have to be growing, I have to be getting better in some way. And if I do something for too long and I feel like I know everything there is to know about the topic, I get a little antsy. Self-development is very important to me, and I also know every job I work, every skill I master, every experience I go through builds on top of each other. It makes me more valuable, it makes me more marketable, and it makes me more profitable. This is something called skill stacking, and every skill you stack gives you more ways to make money. So for example, if I know how to cut grass, I can make money with that. Then if I learn how to market my services, that's another skill that will bring me even more business and more money. And if I learn how to manage my business finances and use QuickBooks, for example, that's another skill that will allow me to take the extra money I'm earning from marketing and services and use it even more effectively to grow my business. If I then learn how to hire and train good people to come alongside me and do the work, that's another skill I can use to expand my business even further. If you keep learning, keep growing, keep getting better, you'll have the ability to earn more money. And not only earn more money in your related field, but it gives you more options in how you make money. If you develop the skill for marketing, you can use that in a variety of different jobs and business opportunities. And if you know how to sell, it's the same thing. You can take that almost anywhere. Everything you learn is potentially another option to get you more money and a new income stream to grow wealth. So while it's important to focus on learning one thing at a time, it's not usually good to stay there forever. Another way having more options gets you more money is not helping you grow your income, but by helping you cut your expenses. A lot of people artificially limit the choices of what they spend their money on because they don't understand the difference between wants and needs. This reduces their ability to live within their means because they aren't flexible with how they can spend their money. You're having kids, so you think you have to move up in house to get more bedrooms. Well, maybe not. You may think that you have to buy a new house, but more often than not, it's okay for the kids to share a room for a few years. It's okay. You get a new remote job and you're working from home now, so you need a house with a dedicated office space. Well, maybe not. It may be okay for you to set up a desk in your bedroom or in the hallway or in the dining room for a couple years. It's okay. These aren't necessarily needs. It's not a need to upgrade from a sedan to suburban when you have your first kid. A lot of times we want something and we convince ourselves that we need something. And if you want it, that's fine. But it's important not to artificially limit your options and force yourself to spending money on things you don't really need. And many times when I feel like I have limited options, it's usually because I didn't take the time to dig deeper into the issue. So if my landlord increases my rent and I feel like I have no choice but to pay the increase, I may need to sit down and really think about what my options are. Can I call my landlord and negotiate my rent down a bit? Or can I find someone to rent out a spare bedroom? Can I move to another spot? Or do I have the money and is it the right time to buy a house? Can I extend the term and get a better rate? There are almost always more options, so don't artificially limit the options that you do have. Another way having more options gets you more money is by giving you the ability to seize the right opportunities when they come. When you've built savings, when you've gotten out of debt, when you've focused on personal growth and building your skill sets, more opportunities tend to present themselves. For example, if you were in a position to buy a house during the 2008 housing crash, you made out like a bandit. You had the option to invest when the opportunity came. If you had money saved during the COVID-19 pandemic, then you had the option to invest when the economy closed down and the markets tanked. If you've networked, saved, and built skills, when that opportunity comes up for you to partner with someone or start or invest in a business, you can do that. And the opportunities can be more than just financial. Both times my wife got pregnant, because we gotten out of debt and because we made sure we lived below our means, she had the option to stay at home with the kids as long as she needed. That was by far more valuable than money to us at the time. For me, it's all about having the option to live the life I want with the people I want to live it with. I never want to feel trapped by my situation, and I always want to know that my life is in my hands, or really more accurately, in God's hands. One option that is in your hands is the cars that you buy and the car buying mistakes that you avoid by learning from other people's mistakes. You could check out this video right here if you want to learn the biggest car buying mistakes people usually make when looking for another car.